Okay, so now this is the slope formula, as I said, and this is a formula you need to memorize for the rest of your life. And remember, I said it is the change in y. We learned this the other day over the change in x. So y is always going to be at the top. And also, as I said, I label my points. My first coordinate is x, my second is y. Just think alphabetical order. Okay, X y. So x and y, x and y. And this is my first point. So I'm going to put my ones there. That's all that means. It's nothing really deep or complicated to get confused about. And this is my second point. And that's just so I can tell one point from another. Blah, blah, blah. So my formula says subtract y2 minus y1. So what is y2? 6. And what is y1? 2. And we went in that direction. So we're going to go the same direction for x. And this is just like setting it up like a fraction. And so x2 is 5 and x1 is what? What's x1? 3. Okay, and then I work the top first. 6 minus 2 is 4. And then 5 minus 3 is 2. Can I leave it like that? What is it? I have to simplify it. 2. And you know I'll put that on the test, right? I'll put that as an answer choice. I will. I'm evil like that. But 4 over 2 simplifies to 2. Now, if you're going to do it on your calculator, hit your N over D button. Remember that one? And when you get through with the calculator, y'all, if you use calculator, can y'all put it back up there for me? That'll help me start my thing up here because I got 10 more coming in. Okay, so you're going to hit your N over D button and you're going to get that fraction thing. And on the top, you're going to put 6 minus 2. And then on the bottom, you're going to put 5 minus 3. And then you're going to hit enter. And it's going to subtract it and simplify it all for you in one step. So if you want to get a calculator and try that, you can. I do them. There's nothing really big to subtract. I usually subtract in my head, but I'm older than y'all, and I don't want to like have my brain deteriorate. So anyway, okay. Now again, here's another example. I put the formula there, but we need to do what to this formula? Memorize. And what helps you memorize it is it's the change in y over the change in x. I'm going to say that forever because when you get in algebra 2 and algebra 1, this is how they're going to say it. They're going to say the change in y over the change in x. That's how they're going to give the formula to you. And you have to know that the change in y means subtract the y coordinates. The change in x means subtract the x coordinates. Isn't it nice to have a teacher who taught geometry and algebra 1 so you know what to expect? So you will be ready. And algebra 1 doesn't start out like it did when I taught it because it's assuming you had all of this. It starts like boom, bam, right there. Okay. So we're going to label our x and y. So -4, is that x or y? This first number here, what is it? X. And this one is y. This one is this is y. Where do I put my ones? Which one is one? This first one? Yes. And then this is my second one. Okay? So somebody tell me what to subtract, what to put on top. I go ahead and draw my arrows. Six. I'm glad somebody said 6 minus 4. If you said don't that's all right. I'm glad you said it. Make sure you draw your things that way. And it took years of trial and error to learn to do it that way rather than fooling with the x1. So y goes to y. You see that? So the second number goes to the second number, and the first number goes with the first number. So tell me what's on top now. 6 minus 2. And what's on the bottom? 5. Oh, I'm so glad y'all said that. This is a common mistake. See, this 4 is negative, and most students don't write this. They'll put 5 minus 4, like that takes care of that. It's 5 minus a -4. This is actually 5 plus -4. Don't write that. Okay, if you just put 5 minus 4, that's what it is. Subtraction is adding a negative. So as you get in higher math, your teacher will probably always say addition, but you're adding a negative. Okay? So 6 minus 2 is 4. I'm going to go ahead and do the second step. 5 minus a -4 is 5 plus 4. So this is 4 over 9. Is this simplified? Hmm? What goes into 4 and 9? Nothing. So it's simplified because 2 doesn't go into 9. 9 isn't an even. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Now, special cases, undefined and 0. Okay, so here we're going to go y minus y. Okay, second number minus second number. And let me change color. First number minus first number. Okay, so I don't know what to write. Somebody tell me. Help your math teacher. 4 minus 4. -4 minus -4. Write it on the back. And then the next one is 1 minus -5. Okay, a -4 minus a -4 is a -4 plus 4. 1 minus a -5 is 1 plus 6. So this is 0 over 6, which is equal to 0. I can divide 0 by any number. Okay, this one. We're going to go from here to here. And here to this one's going to be undefined. I can tell that before I even do anything. Anybody have a clue as to why I already know it's undefined? The 2 sevens is, and it's in the x position, and that's going to put it in the denominator, which is going to give me a 0 in the denominator, so I don't have to do any calculations. See here, my y's were the same. If my y's are the same, it's 0. So you can save yourself some time on standardized tests. But if that little shortcut, if you don't remember, just go ahead and do this. There's nothing wrong with working that problem out. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, -2 minus 3 over 7 minus 7. We're getting to one of those math things. Undefined. So can we divide anything by 0? No. Now, when you get in numerical analysis, you will be able to divide 0 by 0, but that's another thing. But up until you get into your last math in college, you can't divide by 0, okay? Or your grad school math, you can't divide by 0. So that's undefined. Now, this is what we're going to do tomorrow. Today, we're just going to do the slope with 2 points, but tomorrow, we're going to do slope from a table. And I'm probably going to make that self-grading in Schoology again. Depends on how much time I have this evening. Or it'll be a worksheet. I have a worksheet, but I like self-grading things. Okay, so slope from a table. All you have to do is take 2 points. I'm going to take my first 2, these 2 and these 2. Let me go ahead and do arrows. So I'm going to go in this direction and then this direction, okay? So my y's, I'm going to subtract 11 minus 1. That goes on the top. My x's go on the bottom. So since I said 11 minus 1, I'm going to go -6 minus a -2. So this is 11 minus 1 is 10. This is -6 plus 2. So it's 10 over, I don't know why I'm going crooked, -4. And that simplifies to a -5 over 2. Does it matter which 2 points I choose? No. It does not. I'm going to do another 2 in, let me do this one. So I'm going to do it in red. You don't have to write this. 11 minus a negative 14, so that's 11 plus. What are you doing? Oh, middle school children, y'all just something wrong with y'all. Okay, so 11 minus a negative 14 is plus 14, and then it's a negative 6 minus 4. So this is what, 25? And negative 6 minus 4 is a negative 10. 5 goes into 25 5 times. 5 goes into 10 2 times. And of course, it's negative. So you see, it doesn't matter which 2 points I pick as long as I go in the same direction. If I had gone in a different direction on this side than I did this side, my answer would have been positive and wrong. Positively wrong. I can't even give you partial credit for that because that's the wrong slope. It's just wrong. Just wrong, y'all. Huh? So this one, I can go in this direction and this direction. So this one, I went that way. It doesn't matter, y'all, as long as you go in the same direction on both. So 4 minus 1 is going to be on the top because that's my y. And then negative 1 minus a negative 2 is a negative 1 plus 2. So this is 3 over a positive 1, and that's 3. Doesn't matter which points. No. Let me go from here to here. No, I don't want to go all the way down. So let me go from here to here. And I'm going in a different direction. I should get the same answer. So a negative 5 minus 1 over a negative 4 minus a negative 2. So that's plus. And this is a negative 6 over a negative 2. And that simplifies to a positive 3. So it does not matter which 2 I choose off of my table. It's still going to give me the same answer. Okay. And these are my special cases. It makes it a little bit easier to see. This first one is going to be 0 because there is no change in x. So change in y. So my change in y is going to be 0. So I'm going to have 0 over some number, but we'll go ahead and prove it. I'm going to go from this number to this number and this one to this one. So this is going to be 6 minus 6 over negative 1 minus 8. So that's going to be 0 over a negative 9, and that's 0. Once you see that 0, as long as that isn't 0, just stop. Okay, here I know this is going to be undefined because there's no change in x, and x is on the bottom. So I'm just going to be sensible and go from here to here. Again, it doesn't matter which direction. 5 minus 3 goes on the top. Negative 2 minus a negative 2, which is plus 2. Minus a negative means plus. So I have 2 over 0, which I cannot do. So we call that undefined. Undefined, okay? Now let's go to the front of your sheet. Let's work those. Let's work some of those. Slope from 2 points using the formula. You do not turn this in. These are your notes to keep. I like that, a student that's at home and doing their work.
That's me.
You do, yeah. Don't look unless you in the hospital and you're unconscious. Let me pause. I'm going to resume recording because I don't want your parents to think I'm crazy. I mean, I am, but not that crazy. Okay, we did this one. We already did that one in the example. So let's do this one. Okay, so we want to label our points X and Y, X and Y. And again, we also want to draw our arrows. So I'm going to go Y to Y and X to X. So that lets me know which two numbers to put together. That'll keep me from doing 3 minus 7 over negative 5 minus 5, or 3 minus 5 over 7 minus a negative 5. That keeps me from doing that because I know my 3 goes with my negative 5. So 3 minus a negative 5 over 7 minus 5. Because those are the ones I drew my thing together with. So 3 minus negative 5 is 3 plus 5, that's 8. 7 minus 5 is 2. And what does this simplify to? 4. Correct.
What is the test for this?
I was gonna do it all in one swoop, but I think I'm gonna do slope from the table, slope from 2 points, and slope from a graph Friday. Now Wednesday we're gonna start graphing lines with slope intercept. You'll see how I was doing them real fast while y'all were doing all those points, and I was like, boom, boom, draw my line. That's what I'm going to teach you. Okay. Okay, so now let's do this one. All right. Kennedy. Okay, let's come on. Which way you want to draw the lines? To the left or to the right? To the right. So we're going to go this way. Okay. So we're going to draw our line from 1 to negative 10 because we're going to go in that direction. And then I'm going to change colors. So I'm going to go from 2 to 2 to 3. Okay, Kennedy did the direction. So Joey, you tell me how to subtract. We're going from here to here. What goes on top?
2 minus 3.
That goes on the bottom. That's changing X.
I thought you said
X, Y, X, Y. Y goes on the top. Changing Y over changing X. I'm glad you said that though, so I could clarify. Y always goes on the top. So if you're going to forget, do this. And label your points X and Y so you won't forget. So now let's try it again, Joey. Our Y points. Very good. 1 minus negative 10. And then this is over 2 minus 3. Awesome. 1 minus a negative 10 is 1 plus 10. That's 11. 2 minus 3 is a negative 1. So, wait, did I do that right? Okay, 10 is negative 11 over 1. Yeah, so this is a negative 11. You don't want to leave it like this, although you would graph it like that. You're going to put that 1 back under it when you graph it. But you need to simplify it. It is simplified when you don't have that 1 under there. Yes, of course. Yeah, just leave it cracked, y'all, when you go out, so people won't have to keep getting up and opening the door. Because y'all see, I never do.
It's a little hot.
Huh?
It's a little hot. Yeah, it's very hot.
But it's loud out there. I can turn the fan
You're
on.
wearing a t-shirt, so you should definitely take his word for it.
And I'm not hot, so
Well, I'm wearing a hoodie.
when he comes back. Okay, now, shh. Parents, do y'all see how annoying restroom is? It's in the middle of teaching and everybody got to go to the restroom. But yeah, that's why we're so nuts about it. But anyway, let's go back to the lesson. All right, so we're going to go from here to here. And remember, Y is always first. That goes on the top. And then we're going to go from here, from my X to my X. Okay? Just for slope, not in real life. So 8 minus 9 over 1 minus 3. That's the change in Y over change in X. Remember, Y always goes on the top for slope. Y first. That's your rise. Remember, rise is vertical. That's your Y axis. That's the same direction as your Y axis. And you have to get up out of the bed before you run to the bathroom in the morning. You'll understand that when you get old. You're going to get up and run to the bathroom every morning. Got to run. Because if you go,
That's right.
gotta run. There's a song that says gotta run. Okay, so we're going to rise and then run. So my rise is my Y. That's why it goes on top. My run is my horizontal, which is my X. That's why it goes on bottom. Okay, 8 minus 9 is a negative 1. 1 minus 3 is a negative 2. Do I leave it like that? No, I make it positive. I'm going to use it as my fraction line. No, I got to make it positive. How to do it on calculator? Did you need to know how to? Did you write your name on your calculator?
Wait, where's this?
I have. If you have a personal calculator, Because if you leave it in here, it's gonna become one of mine after a week. But yeah, I got a gold. I have a gold Sharpie in my pencil box on my desk. I think it's the one that's
You
sticking
might have
up.
enough calculators over the bookstores.
I have 10 coming in today. 10 new ones.
Are you serious?
I have some of these. I like to use these so we can do the same thing. It's Sharpies in the brown, in the black thing right behind the blue.
It was so hard to figure out, mate.
Okay, so somebody tell me now. I'm going to go in this direction. Y'all see? So I'm going to go in this direction. I just want to emphasize that it doesn't matter which direction you go in. So we do the change in y over the change in x. And if it helps, go ahead and label your x and y so you won't get them mixed up. Okay? Somebody give me the top line. My change in y. 1 minus 3. And then your denominator should change in x. And we went that way. So I have to go this way. 7 minus a negative 2, which is 7 plus 2. Go ahead, baby. Have a seat. 1 minus 3 is a negative 2. 7 plus 2 is 9. So this slope is negative 2 over 9. Y'all think y'all got it?
No.
Yes.
Okay, come on, Harrison. Let's work this one then. So let's.
That's a joke, but okay.
Okay, but that's fine. So which direction you want to go, to the right or to the left? To the right. Okay, so which two numbers am I going to connect first?
-2 and 4.
Yep, and then 0 and negative 6. So follow your line. I'm going to subtract on the top what? You said negative 2,
And 4.
4. So negative 2 minus 4. And then on the bottom, we're going to have what?
0 and -6.
0 minus a negative 6. So negative 2 minus 4 is a negative 6. This is 0 plus 6. So this is a negative 6 over 6. I had 5 people on the Delta Math. I said, what do I do now? What is this, y'all? Negative 1. Because 6 divided by 6 is 1. I know you come from Huntsville. We don't bloom over here. It's 4 steps. I just because you missed the thing. See, in Huntsville we do bloom. So you reset every week. So if you start, you got a level 1. And if you don't go past level 1 in that week, if you don't do it again, it starts over level 1 the next week. Here it don't change. So we do 4 steps in this to the office. So I was just letting you know that, because I just have to remind Huntsville students that they used to drive us crazy because students got so many chances. Uh-huh. And here it's just bad. Okay, negative 5 minus a negative 4. And y'all, this is where a lot of students will mess up. They'll say a negative 5 minus 4. I said that before. This is minus a negative 4. Okay? And then negative 8 minus a negative 7. So this is a negative 5 plus 4. And this is a negative 8 plus 7. So this is 1 over negative 1. Yeah. So that slope is a negative 1. I got it. I'm going to get all the Delta Math right.
Hopefully.
I need to look at the videos on Delta Math. There's just no way I'm going to be able to do this forever in life. I just give up on, no. Okay. I'm going to go join the circus. Okay. We're not joining the circus.
Or join the flex company.
All right. So let me end this video.